favorites who became even heavier favorites to return to the finals when Kevin Durant arrived. Now that they've won the conference again, how much better do you think this version of the Warriors is than the one that blew the 3-1 lead last year?
They have more weapons. And like I said, when Steph's not playing well, when any of their players, you have Kevin Durant, who is a go-to guy, who can make plays, who can get his own shot. And I think that's one thing that they were missing last year when they were going cold and Clay wasn't hitting shots or whatever. They just have so many weapons now. And it's like, who are you gonna leave open? And sometimes it's Draymond, but when Draymond's rebounding, making plays, and he's hitting shots, they're a tough team to beat, and they're showing that in this playoffs.
Yeah, I'm with Vince. I think what makes them so hard is Kevin Durant, a fantastic player. But I think if he was just 6'6", it'd be a little bit easier. But when you're talking about a 7-footer that can handle, and if we're in transition, Isaiah, you know how basketball, you got to make a decision defensively quick. If I'm a small guy, I'm saying, whoa, here comes Kevin Durant. If I'm a big guy, here comes Kevin Durant. And oh, by the way, Isaiah, you got Kevin Durant. I can't help you. I got Steph and Clay. So I think because of the matchup of Durant's height is such a problem, because if you could say, Vince, I'll pick up Vince for you. But you can't just pick up Kevin Durant if you're a certain type of player. There's no perfect defender, in my opinion, that just can pick him up when you're in transition and trying to guard him in an offensive set.
No, because he has the total package.
At 7 feet.
At 7 feet. You know, he has the long game, he has a great mid-range game, and then he's got a short game. So when most of the guys are playing either the long ball or the short ball, he's playing the mid-range, and he plays the mid-range just about as well as he plays any of them. So he can beat you in all three areas. And I thought last year the way Golden State lost, the way Cleveland beat them in the finals, I really thought they had closed the window on them. I did not think Golden State would be able to come back this year had they not got Durant. Because had Durant stayed in OKC being up on them 3-1, I think OKC would have came back with a little bit more vinegar, and they would probably be in the finals in the team to beat, getting ready to play against possibly Cleveland. But Durant joining Golden State really gave them new life and gave them a new dynasty that we can all start talking about.
And to add to that, one thing about it, Kevin, he can shoot over anyone. It doesn't matter where it is. His 1-2 pull-up, I mean, even if you time it right and he still just shoots over you. I mean, it's not many guys that he cannot shoot over. And that's going to be big for him. I mean, just getting shots, that's what they need. They're getting shots. It was a point they were not getting shots.
Right.
Because of their defense, because they're switching or whatever. Well, they can switch, and he could still shoot over your power forward like he's a guard.
Well, for me, Matt, I might ask Vince and Isaiah, we've always seen big threes, you know, where you had Magic, Kareem, Worthy. But have you seen a big three like this that doesn't have a conscience? Each guy, if they can go 0 for 11 and still keep shooting the basketball. I haven't seen a team form with these three guys where it doesn't matter if they're 0 for 8, 0 for 9. All three will keep shooting and shooting at a high clip.
And they are some of the best shooters in the history of our game. And what makes Durant, though, so different, though, he and Giannis are the two most unique players in our league in terms of their size, their length, and what they can do with the basketball out on the perimeter. You know, there have been guys in our league with skill sets like Steph Curry or Klay Thompson, right? But there's never been guys the size of Giannis and Durant who's got all this stuff, and there's never been a guy in our league like Kevin Durant, that size, who can play, you know, the long ball, the short game, and the small game.
Quickly, do you see weaknesses, not injuries, but weaknesses that could trip them up?
I think just defensively. I mean, I think defensively you have to go after. You have to make Steph guard. Plain and simple. You have to make him guard and wear him down. And we saw that last year. They were going at Steph, and he just didn't have the legs. Other than that, they're tough.
And the revamped bench?
Not bad. I like those guys. They're not bad. They're different from the bench they had last year, but their bench is pretty good as well.
I think Cleveland has the defensive stoppers to make this an interesting series if we get there.
And 9 days off to rest, regroup, and formulate their plan to reclaim the Larry O'Brien Trophy.